So this is also going into the Etsy shop. This is similar to the eclectic journals I make, but it's a little bit smaller and a different size, just for a change. It's made using Tim Holtz cardstock. It's 5 by 7 inches, just a single signature. I think the reason this is, sorry, interrupting myself. This is very pretty silk ribbon. It's really soft and pretty. I think I'd been sort of keeping this piece of card. I love this colour combination. Although I love pastels and pinks and blues, a bit of yellow. I don't know, there's just something about this design that I really like. So that'd been sitting, waiting to be used really, and that was the inspiration for this journal and this size. I've used lots of silk ribbons and a little bit of crinkled seam binding in this journal. It's double layered. I've used 2 layers of cardstock plus fabric and lace, and I think there's a bit of Tyvek as well, so it's actually really stiff, this book, but it should hold up really well with all that and soften a bit with using it. I've used a Tim Holtz or a Ranger book plate, and there's just a little bit of Latin in there, botanical names. So this is where it's stiff down here. You can see the Tyvek, and I've put fabric on the inside. We've got a pocket here. This is an old postcard. On this side of it we've got a journal card. I put an old envelope on the back. This is a bit of lace, vintage lace collar, and in here there's a little ticket and a vintage cigarette card. Got lace on this page, and in this pocket I've got a page from Good Housekeeping magazine. I've got a 19 can you see it? I can't see it. It says there first 1952, but it says 1988 there, so I don't really know, but that was given to me as vintage or sold to me as vintage. Can't guarantee it. And this is a little postcard, digital, that I've just backed onto tea-dyed paper. I've used that same flower, I think that's a Tim Holtz one as well, flower stencil. This is a receipt from 1980, so this is about 40 years old. And in here I've put a paper clip on because it's quite a shallow pocket. Got a vintage computer card. This is cut from a book about friendship, just like that picture. Got a little photograph in here and another tea card. This is some piano roll paper. I've doubled that over and stitched it. I've got an envelope here, and in the envelope there is another envelope, vintage envelope. There's nothing in that, it's just there for you to use if you want to use it. If I can get it back in. This is just lined with some tea-dyed tracing paper. This is some ledger, tea-dyed paper. This is from a botanical book. I've doubled it over to make a pocket, and there's this is from, I think that's My Porch Prints, or it could be Amity Bloom. Sorry, I can't remember where they're all from. Got some music paper here, more pockets. So this is a magazine page and a journal card made from a vintage Observer book. A journal card, did I say that? This is Nick the Booksmith printable. Again, this is from the Observer book of garden flowers, I think. This is some vintage glassine. I've stitched that onto this cut down envelope, and it covers up a little bit of modelling paste through that flower stencil. This is from a magazine, and there's a tag in there. This is Amity Bloom label. I think we come to the centre, again an Amity Bloom label. Here I've used made 3 tags and put them together, just using different bits of printables, and this is from a botanical book. And that's topped with a little bit of that crinkled seam binding. Here I've got another book page and a vintage postcard. 1941 that one is. More of glassine over modelling paste. In here I've got a wages envelope that's empty and another botanical tag. This is part of a birthday card. Just folded that over. I think you'll see that I've used other bits of that shortly. It's quite a large card and I sort of cut it, and so this, you could write on this. I thought the yellow daffodils looked pretty. Here I've got another bit of the birthday card, which was the cover, which is an old English cottage. And then I cut up the other bits of it and just join these together to make that sort of tag, slightly offset against each other, but they're joined together. Bit of lace at the top there. Bit of decoupage, that's the other side of the piano paper, and it's possibly upside down, but who knows, not that way. In here I've got a letter from 1932. It's around the estate of somebody who is no longer with us, like this bit of rusting at the top here. This is an old card. I can't remember if it's a Christmas card, probably Christmas card. Again, I liked the way the colours went, and a little cigarette card just to finish that off. This is from Amity Bloom and is just cut down from one of her kits. And then in the back pocket I've got another magazine page and a vintage flower fairy image, which I've backed onto the last bit of that card, which I've cut the greeting from. This I meant to leave as a pocket but forgot, so that just got glued down. This is a bit more of that collar, some vintage flashcards and an embroidery on the back page. So that's, not sure what I'm going to call her yet, but that's smaller of the eclectic journals. Thank you for watching.